Hey, gorgeous manifestors, how are you? My name's Sarah Morgan. I am the creator of Mastering the Art of Manifesting. And I wanted to come on and talk to you today about stuff that tends to come up for a lot of people around Christmas time. I think that Christmas and being with family members and that kind of thing can cause triggers for a lot of people. We can all say that we can relate to that, I'm fairly sure. And that's something I want to talk to you about today. Hey, Charlotte. So what I'm going to do is just quickly share this in my private Facebook group. If you're not in it, get in it. It's called Mastering the Art of Manifesting. An amazing vibe in that group of gorgeous, gorgeous people around the world who want to master the art of manifesting and working with the law of attraction. So let me just click share to get that going live in there. And then I will get started. Charlotte, my lovely, where are you from? Where are you tuning in from? Give me some more details. I've got more people logging in. Say hello, guys. I'm just literally sharing this in my Facebook group, and then we will get going with the live. Share to group. Mastering the art of manifesting. Okay, let it go. Wonderful, perfect. So, hi to all of those that are tuning in and watching this live. Now I've shared it in the group, there'll probably be quite a few more jumping on. To everybody watching this on catch up, hey Linda, my lovely, hope you're good. Actually, firstly, before I get started, I just wanted to say huge thank you to all of the gorgeous people who very, very kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. I now have an official YouTube URL, Mastering the Art of Manifesting, which is really, really exciting. So thank you for everybody that very kindly took the time to do that. I love you all very, very much. So thank you. Hey, Kathy, how are you, my angel? Right, it's lots of people logging in now. Love it, love it, love it. I love you guys. You make me so happy, so happy, so happy. So I am just back from 3 days on the east coast of the UK, visiting a very, very special friend of mine and her 2 kiddies, which has been heavenly. And it's just so heavenly to be back here. Whenever I walk back into this cottage, I just feel so thankful. Thank you, universe, for this all manifesting for me. But it's been really, really gorgeous, and I'm feeling very centered and very aligned. And I just want to come on and talk about stuff that goes on at Christmas because it's very relevant for a lot of people. Tennessee. Hey, Charlotte. I love it. Fabulous. I love this global audience. Thank you so much for all logging in. Right, Christmas. So, as a little bit of background about me, and I will tell you all guys the full story at some point, I know I will, but like a lot of us, quite a rocky childhood, quite tricky relationships in the family and that type of thing. And so Christmas for me, for the last few years, probably for about the last 10 years, well, even since a child really, I haven't really enjoyed it. It's brought back lots of dark memories for me. And it's just been a really tricky time, and I've always just been like, ugh, I can't be bothered. However, this year, since consistently doing mindset work, consistently since about March time, I've changed my energy around it entirely. Hello, gorgeous Carolina from Poland. So I've changed my energy around it, and I'm changing the way I'm choosing to look at it. So Christmas can bring up a lot of negativity and contrast and stuff for people. I think most people can relate to that, even if it's just them having to be in close proximity with certain family members or people that kind of get under your skin a bit. I think we can all relate to that. But at the end of the day, as with everything that happens in life, we can choose how we view something. So, and I'm not saying it's easy, but you can choose how you view something. And I think for me, I am now in a place where I am having my family here for Christmas. So my dad and my nan, I had a very rocky relationship with my dad for years, let all that stuff go. And what I wanted to say about that actually is that doesn't involve me going back into the past and digging it all up. And Abraham Hicks talks about how your inner being only ever looks forward. And in all my years of trying lots of things like counselling, life coaching, antidepressants, all the rest of it, natural remedies, all the rest of it, what has got me into my happiest place is just working with meditation each day, working with the mindset tools that I teach around manifesting and getting into alignment. Then everything else just kind of loses its hold and its power over you. So anyway, I've now got into this place where my dad and Nan are coming up for Christmas and I'm embracing it. I am, genuinely. Very occasionally I can feel very slight twinge, but I'm like, screw it. I choose what I make this Christmas to be like. So I know that Christmas can trigger a lot of stuff in people, and it's been coming up quite a bit with some of my clients as well. Certain things going on, and Christmas kind of brings them all up to the surface. And so I just kind of wanted to share a couple of techniques that I use with my clients, and I guess things that I have implemented every single day for ages now, really. So obviously lots of mindset stuff, but so I've got contrast going on in another area of my life at the moment with someone else. Obviously won't go into it here, but again, I can either get like really frustrated because my perception of the story is they are not keeping their word and doing what they said they would do, or I can choose to just try and view that person with love and just let it go. And so the message for today is if it feels icky to you, if it feels bad to you, let it go. And I'm not saying it's easy and you can do it in an instant click of a finger, but I am saying we do have a choice over how we view things and how we react to things and how we think about things. And so with family members and stuff that's going on over the Christmas period that may cause triggers with you, there's two ways you can deal with it. You can either look at why it's triggering you. And actually quite often, especially when it's a family member and they trigger you, quite often it can be they're sort of holding a mirror up to you. There's something that they're highlighting in you. So sometimes it can be quite helpful to look at the triggers and just kind of look at where they might come from and then kind of decide to just disempower them and move on forward. So that's one way, but that does involve an element of delving. Sometimes that is appropriate, but other times, because your inner being only ever looks forward, I don't know whether it is always that helpful. So for me, a technique that I've used is that I just try and view everyone through the eyes of love, and I view everyone as being down here in human form, trying to do the best that they can whilst they're down here in this human life experience. And we have to remember, guys, that we wouldn't want everybody to be exactly the same. We wouldn't want everybody to be agreeable to us, because actually we're here to experience contrast so that we can launch new rockets of desire and continue to expand. So the contrast is actually really, really important. But I know that with family members and that kind of thing, they can get under your skin in a way that other people can't. I think everybody can relate to that. You love them, but also you literally... and you know, those people are in your life for a reason. You know, everything's happening for a reason. We've manifested it all, etc., etc. So for me, I think quite often, I was watching a Gabrielle Bernstein live as well the other day. I talk about her a lot. I really adore her. She was talking about, because she's got a new book coming out around judgment, and she was talking about judgment around the Christmas dinner table. And actually one technique she suggested is, can you actually look at those people who you feel you're sort of starting to judge a bit or have negative energy or feelings or thoughts about? Can you look at those people and imagine you're looking at them for the first time, you're seeing them for the first time, rather than thinking of all the stuff that's gone on in the past, especially if it's family members. So that's another technique as well. But I really do now just try and view everyone through the eyes of love. Like this contrast I've got going on at the minute, deep down, I know they are trying their best in their human form. It doesn't matter. I have two choices. I can either get really frustrated because I can create a whole story and a drama around it about them not having integrity and not keeping their promises. I can let myself go there and get really wound up. Or I can let it go. Like, I can choose how I react to that, and I know which one feels better. And with law of attraction, whenever you let it go, stuff moves anyway. Whenever you let something go, you create space for new manifestations and new energy to come in. So let it go, let it go, let it go, in the voice of Elsa, isn't it? I haven't really watched that film because I don't have children. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to post them below. This is your time for me that I might be able to kind of answer your questions. Hey, Deborah, my angel, how are you? Beginner's mind, exactly, Michelle, my angel. Hi, cheers from Blighty as well. So yeah, I just think, and just notice your feelings, like, you know, I'm not saying, I think sometimes there can be a misunderstanding that when your mind says things that you are trying to disempower, there can sometimes be this sense of, oh my God, why can't I control my mind? But remember, what you resist persists. And again, this is really relevant for like emotions and triggers that come up over Christmas. And at any point, if you've got bad energy with someone, if you're really feeling that and getting wound up around it, kind of what you are resisting will persist as well. So it is about just dropping into that relaxed energy. So meditation's a key one. A list of 20 reasons why you do love them, or if you can't go that far, because obviously we've all got different experiences, but 20 reasons that you can see that they are trying their best in their life experience, for example. I mean, there's lots of different ways you can do it, but I think it's at the end of the day taking responsibility for how you react. So for me, again, I was driving back today from my friends and I was thinking I can get really wound up about my situation. And then I was thinking, oh, it's really annoying. I don't want to have to journal around that. That's like all their fault. They're making me like, I'm going to have to sit down and journal around it so I can disempower the energy around it. And then I was like, actually, no, it's not their fault. I'm taking 100% responsibility around this. I am taking 100% responsibility around how I am reacting to this. I can either get really, you know, peed off and het up, or I can just let it go. I know which one feels better and frees up my energy to allow other good stuff to come in and to be the best version of me. So I hope that's helpful. So Deborah says, hey darling, I'm good, thank you. Loving this post, very wise indeed. I imagine it's all going to be well before I turn up, and it usually works. My sister presses my buttons otherwise. It's so funny. I know my dad and sister will probably watch this. It's hilarious. Yeah, I think pre-paving, that's an Abraham Hicks technique that Deborah's referring to, is good. Like pre-pave how you want the day to go. If you can get in alignment with it and it doesn't feel icky and resistant to you, that's really good. But also a technique that I also think is really powerful, guys, which I guess is a bit similar to Gabrielle's. Is it Gabrielle or Gabriella? I should really know. I've read her book. I've got it over there actually. Anyway, Gabrielle. It is Gabrielle. I'm saying it right. So yeah, another technique that I think is really powerful as well is change your history. So this is powerful on so many levels for so many different limiting beliefs. You know, someone was taught, I was coaching a client this morning, and they were talking about worrying about something happening that will be similar to what's happened in a past experience. But change that past experience, rewrite your history, rewrite your background. Don't even think about that. Change the story around. So in this person's situation, change that event that happened and just change it entirely to how you wanted it to go, and start believing and feeling that energy rather than thinking about how it didn't work out for you, if that makes sense as well. Yeah, it is, Michelle. I think so, because I know Christmas can be really icky for a lot of people. I was there for years, but again, I'm taking the responsibility to change the way I view it, and I'm getting goosebumps, which is confirmation for me and all of you guys. And it's just about being very loving and kind to yourself as well. So again, just a quick reminder, the two ways to kind of get into kind of fast track manifesting are: one, looking for reasons to feel good, or at least things that bring you some release and help you lean towards feeling good if you can't get to kind of feeling really good straight away, because sometimes it can be progressive depending on where you are emotionally. Obviously, if you're in a really like low place, it's quite hard to get really high like that. You can but you can start leaning towards things that bring you relief. So it's how you feel, and then it's unpicking why things trigger you and unpicking your limiting beliefs as well. Both are really, really powerful, but it's sort of just knowing what to use when, basically, which is obviously with the coaching I do, that's why I do kind of longer programs with people, because at different points they'll need different tools. Nurturing versus depleting activities, definitely. And you know, if you are around people that you feel drain your energy, because we all have people like that in our lives, you know, we need the diversity. Imagine protecting yourself. So Katie Helliwell, the psychic medium, who I'm working with in an amazing program in January, there'll be lives on that next week, but she says imagine like a glass pyramid coming up from the floor over your head, and it's sealed in all three points, edges, you know what I mean. Or another one I've heard, you know, if you are going to be around people that are quite low energy, or you feel drain your energy, imagine yourself stepping into a bubble and zipping that bubble up over you. So again, you're keeping all negative energy out, so that can be really powerful as well. Crystals can be really good to have on you, which always makes me laugh, because when I first started this business, as I'm sure most of you know, I was like, I want to demystify law of attraction. You don't need crystals and stuff to like be, you know, you don't need to be a hippie and have crystals. Now I'm like embracing the crystals, so there you go, shouldn't judge. But there's lots of different things you can do, but just be really, really loving for yourself. But I think trying to view everything through the eyes of love is the answer. Viewing the other person, viewing yourself, viewing the situation, viewing the experiences that are going on for you. Try and view them through love if you can, because I can assure you, if you let yourself get worked up more and more and more, remember what you focus on expands as well. So you don't want to be focusing on all the crap stuff and building momentum around that, because you'll be manifesting more of it anyway. But try and view everything through love and just let it go. So that is my massage for today, message for today. Does anybody have any questions before I log off? Tomorrow, or probably, actually I was going to say early next week, but next week is actually Christmas. It has not registered that Sunday's Christmas Eve for me. It just, I literally don't know where the time's gone. I think because I've been away for most of December. But I will come on and do a live about money as well. I posted a very interesting question in the group yesterday around why would you not want to be a millionaire? And it's such an interesting thing to ask, because so many people have so much energy around money. It can be really good, it can be negative, but there's so much stuff attached around money, and I don't know where it came from. I just followed the inspired action yesterday and asked the question. It was weird, like I feel like I channeled that, because I had no plans to post that, but it just kind of came out. And so I'll come on and talk about that, because I think I've been through so many different stages with where I'm at with my relationship to money and how I view it. And every single comment that people put, I could wholeheartedly relate to, whether it was good, bad, whatever. So I'll be talking about that as well. I'll probably come on and do that tomorrow, but I do need to do a live to my Millionaire Manifestors tribe as well. Thank you. I believe that Christmas brings miracles and it's a new beginning too. That's so nice. I find that, Carolina, I find that New Year for me always feels insanely cathartic. I'm not very good at this time of year, also when it just is dark a lot of the time. I'm someone, I prefer sun. I can pivot it as much as I want, but I do find this time of year quite heavy. For me, it feels like a heavier energy, but like the 1st of January for me is always very cathartic. It's like, oh, right, now what am I going to manifest this year? So it's really, really exciting. But yeah, it's all about how we choose to view things, isn't it? It really, really is. And at this time of year, I definitely focus on trying to view the beauty of the winter season, and how magical the universe is, and how clever it is that the sun's kind of lower at this time of year, all the rest of it, massive pivoting stuff going on there. Anyway, so my angels, I hope that's helpful for you all. I'm sending you all so much love. I'll be on again before Christmas anyway, and I'll probably come on Christmas Day and do a little Christmas Day message, but sending you all lots and lots of love. Whatever you're doing for Christmas, wherever you are, you know, if you need me, reach out. I know it can be emotional time for people, but sending you lots of love, and I'm holding the energy that you guys are going to have gorgeous Christmases, and I'll be back on here before Christmas anyway. So love you all very, very, very much. You're welcome, my ladies. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Love you guys so much. Thank you for being a part of my life, being in this group. I'm feeling kind of very, what's the word, nostalgic today. But thank you all so much for tuning in or watching on the catch up, and I will speak to you all very, very soon. Mwah. Love you, my angels. Bye.